So I'm headed out, and I just wanted to take you guys on a little drive with me. It is currently, I believe, December 11th, which means that there are only a few weeks left in this year, in 2024. I'm like so joyful and so excited about every day, honestly, which just shows how much growth has occurred within me. Not every day is perfect or super exciting. I definitely have days where I feel overwhelmed, or I feel like crying, and I do cry, or I feel completely stressed out. There are plenty of days where I feel like, God, you picked the wrong one to do this, because why me? This sun is crazy. But I honestly just feel overjoyed every single day, because I feel so close to a breakthrough. And it's crazy because I don't even just feel that way about myself. I just feel it for so many others as well. Like, this season just feels like it's ushering in a major breakthrough and a new beginning for so many. This past season of my life, it's crazy because my life almost feels like a movie. It feels like a storybook, and each chapter has brought its own things. And I feel like the most recent chapter, which will probably be like the past 2 years of my life, has been full of so much. I pray for growth. I pray for peace. I pray for patience. And I am so grateful to God for all of the challenges, all of the no's, all of the yeses, all of, oh gosh, all of the obstacles, all of the stress, all of the things that may have been, well, not even may have been, all the things that were extremely uncomfortable in the moment, but that I can directly see, I can directly correlate the growth that came from it. Because without challenges, without hardships, there is no growth. And I strive to grow every single day. I don't want to be the person I was 5 years ago. I want to be the farthest thing from that girl. I love myself in every form that I've existed in, but I'm loving this version of me so much more, and who I'm evolving into. So I don't know about you, but like, sometimes I just reflect and I'm just like, I look at myself and I almost don't even recognize myself, and I'm legit about to start crying. Oh my gosh. I don't recognize myself because I wasn't myself for a good portion of my life. I can say that I don't think that I lived in the most authentic way. I didn't show up in the world as my authentic self because I was afraid. I was very scared to be seen. I was scared to use my voice and be heard. And I doubted myself a lot. And just in little things that I do, whether it's going to a coffee shop alone, which I would have never done before, or posting my silly little videos on TikTok, which I would have never done before out of fear of being judged. Whether it's standing up for myself and vocalizing my needs and my wants, whether it's having complete confidence and faith in myself and in God, and knowing that I am deserving of so much, whether it's learning to not compare myself to others or even myself. Sometimes I feel like we get in the bad habit of comparing our current self to other versions of ourselves, and I'm not doing that anymore. I've released that completely. And I still have so much growth to do. Like, my whole life's journey will be constant growth and evolution within myself, but I feel closer to God than I ever have in my life. I feel closer to myself than I ever have in my life. I don't exist from a place of fear, but I exist from a place of wonder and curiosity and abundance and joy and excitement and freedom, and it feels so good. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I had to go through everything that I went through to learn all of the lessons I needed to learn and to grow and evolve into this person that I'm becoming. In the past 2 years, I've felt like that little caterpillar in a cocoon. I feel like I've been cocooning. The word this year has been preparation. I feel like I've been very isolated and very to myself and just to my family. Building a very solid foundation. My life before was so shaky. It was so uncertain. It was so problematic. It was so traumatic. It was very up and down, up and down, up and down. I couldn't exist from a place of joy or abundance or freedom or faith, or I don't know. I was just in a position of feeling stuck, feeling alone, feeling fearful a lot of the time, majority of the time. And that's why I can sit here and say sometimes I don't even recognize myself, because I've never seen this version of me before, and I love it. And I'm so excited for this growth to continue, and I'm so excited to know who I will be a year from now, even a few months from now. Like, I have learned what God can do in a matter of days, in a matter of hours, in a matter of minutes, because the way God has shown up for me, not only this year, but the past 2 years, the past 3 years of my life, is truly remarkable. And I'm so grateful every single day that I'm able to wake up. I just feel this like shift. There's this gospel song about like the shifting in the atmosphere. I feel that so heavy right now. And there's a moment last week where I felt so overwhelmed because I've been working from such a place of faith. I used to be so afraid of the unknown. And I've just like given that over to God. I no longer consume myself with the what ifs of life. And I don't ever want to regret anything. I don't want to be so afraid to make a decision or to put myself out there that I live a life of regrets and what I wish I would have done. And I'm making so many big girl decisions and big girl moves. Like, I feel like a real adult these days, which is crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited. And I have no idea what tomorrow looks like. I have no idea what a month from now, a year from now is going to look like for me. I have ideas. I have so many dreams and so many goals and so many visions. And God has shown me what is possible. And I'm just so excited to see what's next. And I'm working. Like, every day. I'm trying so hard not to burn out, and I think the only reason I haven't had complete and utter burnout in my life has been my faith, and just remembering to take time to care for myself, to take time to spend with God, to take time to just be with my family, my daughter, my parents, my brother, my cousins, and not like be so consumed with the future, but like staying present in the moment, finding ways to ground myself, fully immersing myself into my craft and everything I do. Like, my whole life I see as like this big, huge art project, and that just makes me feel so fulfilled. Doing work to help others makes me feel so fulfilled. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to be on this platform again, because I did it once before and I quit because of a lot of reasons, but one big reason was fear. And that's done with. I'm done with that. I'm not her anymore. Like, I really don't care anymore. I don't care what someone may have to say, or how someone may feel, or what they may think about me. This is something I really enjoy doing. Going back to the point of like my life being a giant art project, I love recording videos and capturing moments of my life, because it feels like a short film. Like, it's almost like my life is a movie, which it honestly feels like every other day. But it allows me also to reflect. Like, I see this as digital storytelling, visual storytelling, and like a digital journal. That's something that's really helped me in this season of my life, is journaling. I'm not always consistent, but it's one, beautiful to just release. It's beautiful to dream. And there's something in the power of like writing with pen and paper, whether it's my prayers, my dreams, my goals, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, whether it's one sentence or it's 5 pages. It differs depending on the day. But it's so beautiful also to just go back and reflect. I found a box that had journals from like probably going back 5 years of drawings of dreams that I had, of things I was going through at the time, and I literally laid on the floor of my closet and cried, because it was really surreal to read my words and look at my handwriting, look at my drawings, knowing what I went through in that time and seeing it, and then also reflecting on where I am currently and how God just like really was protecting me, even though I didn't always feel that in the moment, and really seeing how much I've grown mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. It's really incredible to see. That's why I literally encourage everyone to journal, because it's so necessary. And obviously my journaling I accompanied with other things like my art practice, with therapy, but it's so beautiful. I definitely, video is like another form of therapy for me, another form of journaling, and it's so much fun to do. Editing is so therapeutic for me. Talking to you all, whoever you are, people I've never met before, people I have met before, building almost a form of community and getting to meet new people through a virtual space is really cool. It's very weird to think about some days, but it's really cool and I love it. This world has become so digital, and it's really crazy to think about AI. All the things are really strange. I feel like sometimes I'm living in a sci-fi movie, and I know the more that we progress into the future, the more it's gonna feel like some crazy sci-fi movie. But it's also really cool to see what we are able to do with technology and the way in which we can connect with people around the globe who are so different yet so similar. Is so beautiful, because no matter where you're from, we're all going through life. Our journeys are all very different, but that's what makes it so beautiful, and that's what makes it so valuable too, because when you learn to not judge others and to not see the world in a kind of self-centered way, like the world revolves around you in your little bubble, but you look at the world as like this huge, vast, diverse, gorgeous universe that it is, it makes you feel so small, but in the most beautiful and humble way possible. Like, I love learning from others. I love learning from the past. I love learning from other cultures and traditions that I may have never heard of or considered or seen. It's one thing that greatly inspires my art, and also inspires me to tell my story, because we're all storytellers and each and every one of us have an important story to tell. I spoke a little bit about my past and always feeling a bit isolated, just in my perspectives and my thoughts and how I saw the world, but also my experiences. But I think the more that I just share, the more that I engage with others and others engaged with me, I learned that my story, though unique to me and my own perspective and experience, is very similar to so many others, and it made me feel less alone in the world. Even if I'm physically alone, I don't feel alone, because I know that I am a human and that we are all human, and that we all go through, when you strip down all of the surface level things, we're all going through very similar experiences in the world. And it's a very unique and beautiful perspective to exist within. And it also teaches you to love and to have compassion for others, even if you don't quite understand. You can still love and have compassion. And that honestly makes life so much better, when you can live from that place rather than anger or confusion or frustration. My dad and my mom always told me that God is not a God of confusion, a God of anger, a God of fear. God wants us to live from a place of peace and happiness and joy and curiosity and creativity. That's something I tell people all the time. I'm like, I don't ever want to hear someone say that they're not creative or they're not an artist, because we were created by the ultimate creator. The stars, the sunsets, the oceans, the fish, the insects, the animals, colors, light, dark. It was all created by a creator. Like, that is the utmost amount of creativity. Like, if you're ever feeling uninspired or you're not feeling creative in a season, just go outside. Just look. Open up a National Geographic magazine. I don't know. Like, go travel if you can. If you can't, travel virtually through the internet. And just think about the fact that this was created, and not even just on the level that we see it at from our eye, but also on a molecular level, like cells that we are made up of, that other creatures are made up of, were thoughtfully placed and artfully curated and organized to create us, each beautifully and uniquely different. It's such a beautiful thing. Even like, okay, growth, right? preparation, right? I'm sitting in traffic and I'm really annoyed because it used to be a time where I knew that traffic was from 5 to 6 in the city that I live in. I feel like these days traffic just gets earlier and earlier. Like 3:30, it's traffic. Like bumper to bumper traffic too, not just congestion and little pockets of the interstate, but like everywhere. And like I am really have been annoyed recently about all of this traffic, but right now I'm like, the sun is setting. It is so beautiful outside. I am alive, one. I don't need anything. I want a lot of things, but I don't need anything. I'm happy. I'm driving a car that has nice heated seats and has enough gas to get me to where I'm going and back home. I have this delicious iced matcha latte that I made at home that I've not tried yet. Delicious. Like, there's nothing to be upset about. And I plan on doing so much that I'm not ready to share yet. But I know where I'm going next year. It's going to be traffic. It's going to be a lot of traffic. It's going to be a bigger space, a bigger environment, a bigger city. That's going to come with more traffic. It's going to come with more people. It's going to come with more resources, but it's going to come with more responsibility. So this little traffic that I'm dealing with right now is nothing, and it's preparation for more, because if I can handle this, then I can handle more and more and more and more. I'm not mastering, but I'm getting very good at the different stages of life. And I feel like life is interesting because I try not to be too hard on myself. But I look at life as a series of tests and like ways to level up in big and small ways. And I'm like, okay, I have to master this so I can level up to the next level. And so changing my perspective and my mindset on so many different things, but life as a whole, I feel like it's going to open so many more doors for me and allow me to make space in my life for more. So I'm existing from a place of abundance, and I'm looking at the cup, the glass, half full instead of half empty. And I'm also not giving myself to too much, to too many people, to too many things. I'm learning how to say no. I'm learning how to prioritize. And that also has made life so much easier. Because when you learn to say no, you allow space for so much more. I used to say yes to everything, and I think that was a little people pleaser of me. Even if I didn't want to do something, I would say yes because I was afraid to say no. And I was afraid to hurt someone's feelings. I was afraid for someone to think I was a bad person. But I'm learning you can't control how other people's reactions or how they feel about you or what they think about you. You can be the most perfect person, the most curated person, and people are still going to find a reason to hate you. And that's so out of your control, and it really honestly doesn't even matter. So just be you. Do what's best for you. Love you. And who cares about the rest? And also doing so in accordance to your purpose also makes a huge difference. I think when I really sat down and identified and prayed about, okay, God, reveal to me my purpose in life, which I still feel like is unfolding and being revealed to me every day. But having a good general understanding and being in alignment with that purpose, game changer. Because that also helps you identify what to say yes to and what to say no to. And you can feel more confident in yourself and in that no, and also more confident in your yes when you know whether it's aligned or not. It takes off a lot of pressure. And knowing who you are and whose you are allows you to exist without fear of judgment, because the ultimate judgment, like the only person I even care to have judge me is my creator. That's it. And knowing that, I don't even judge myself anymore. I have high standards for myself, and I try and I have goals and things I want to achieve and unlock within myself, but I don't judge myself, especially from a negative space. This matcha is so good. I'm really also, a part of my growth is not spending money. When we're kids and we're like, oh my gosh, mom, can I have McDonald's? And mom's like, do you have McDonald's money? We have burgers at home. We have potatoes at home. We can make our own fries. As a kid, you're like, oh my gosh, why are you doing this to me? Like, you are the worst ever. Like, just pay the $7 for my Happy Meal. Yeah, no, I'm learning. We have matcha at home. We have iced coffee at home. We have smoothies at home. I treat myself and I splurge every now and again, but also I'm learning that everything doesn't have to be an expense. I'm learning how to invest my money, not just save it. I've invested before, but I've spent my investments. I invest and I spend it. I'm learning not everything has to be bought. I can make my own matchas 6 days out of the week and then splurge on a really nice matcha 2 days out of the week, and I'm good. Because sometimes it's just for the aesthetic anyways, like the feeling. Because I love cute little coffee shops. And I love cute drinks, but I'm learning how to make my own cute drinks. I'm learning how to make my own bread. I'm learning how to cook. The past 2 years, I've been practicing my cooking skills, and I'm getting so good. And I'm so proud of myself. I've always loved to cook. I've always enjoyed it. But sometimes I feel defeated because I'm like, it's not good. It didn't taste like the restaurant. But I'm learning patience with myself. And me being patient with myself and just continuing to practice and not give up, I'm growing so much. I'm so proud of myself. Even like with my wardrobe, like I love shopping and I love buying new clothes, and there's nothing wrong with that because I do still do it, but I definitely don't do it to the same extent that I did. I would buy a new outfit for every event. Anytime I had to go somewhere, I'm buying something new because I needed new. But I'm learning I don't always need new. I can go in my closet and arrange something differently. I can curate it differently. And it looks like an entirely new piece. When you just wear clothes as they're shown on the model, if you're just wearing them or letting them wear you, yeah, it gets a little boring and you constantly feel like you need something new. But again, looking at life like a giant art project, the fashion is an art project too. I look at my outfits just the same way as I look at painting. It's art. I can play with it. I can have fun. I don't have to follow any rules. I love trends and they're great inspiration, but I don't need to follow it. Like, I miss having super vibrant lipstick and like makeup looks. I love a neutral look, and that's majority of what I do. But some days I want to pop a color, and that's okay too. I can be a maximalist and a minimalist at the same time, and you can't tell me anything about it. That's who I am, and that's okay. And I love me for it. So, with that being said, I like literally talked about so much, but I feel like the theme, the takeaway, growth is a beautiful thing. It's not easy. It's a very complex journey, but it's beautiful and it's worth it. Healing is worth it. It's not fun every day, but it's worth it. Be you, unapologetically. Learn to say no and be okay with it. stand on your no. Don't feel shy to say no. Be you. It's okay. And live your life. We only get one. Do it big, okay? I love you guys. I made it to my destination. See you next time.